Brian Fonseca back with you here, Action Network, and this week we are going to preview a Fight of the Year contender, undisputed light heavyweight championship on the line, 175 pounds. We have Dmitry Bivol, 23-0, 12 knockouts, the WBA champion of the world in this weight class, and Artur Beterbiev, who is 20-0 with 20 knockouts, 100% knockout percentage. We're going to get into this fight. This is one of those that is a 50-50 on the money line, just about. The money is coming a little bit on Bivol now. He's a slight favorite, and we'll get into why that is, even though he doesn't have the knockout percentage. But knockouts aren't everything in the sport, as I say all the time. So Artur Beterbiev, maybe the pound for pound hardest puncher in the sport, maybe the best pressure fighter in the sport, is as good as anyone at finishing their opponents. He is amazing in terms of breaking you down and actually getting the stoppage. Now, he's been dropped in his career before because he's taken some risks, but at the same time, he's shown an ability to recover and also an ability to come back after being hit. Dmitry Bivol put himself on the map 2 years ago when he outpointed Canelo Alvarez by unanimous decision in a fight that wasn't close. He, being Canelo Alvarez, got a generous decision in terms of him winning 5 rounds, according to all 3 judges, 115, 113 on the scorecards. Really, he should have only won 2 or 3 rounds tops. Dmitry Bivol was able to control him with the jab and land combinations that Canelo Alvarez didn't think were going to hurt him as much. Now, Canelo Alvarez moving up from super middleweight, but he had won a light heavyweight championship before against a hard puncher in Sergey Kovalev, who honestly resembles a little bit of Artur Beterbiev, but Dmitry Bivol is somebody who has the better resume in terms of the top end guys that he's beaten, being Canelo Alvarez, and he's beaten Gilberto Ramirez also. The last time we saw him in the ring, he got his first stoppage in 10 fights though. He's not somebody who stops guys. Again, he is 15-0 with 5 knockouts in world or interim world title fights. Now, in terms of hardest punchers, Artur Beterbiev is up there, but he's beaten some himself, like Callum Smith, like Joe Smith Jr., like Marcus Brown. He was losing to Alexander Vostok and actually came back and won that fight. So this is a boxer versus puncher style matchup, where you have the boxer in Dmitry Bivol and the puncher in Artur Beterbiev, who's also a boxer. We can call him a boxer puncher, if you will, but you guys get the point here. Now, in terms of who's winning this fight, my inclination usually in these scenarios is to lean towards the boxer. The boxer just has more ways to win if they're sharp enough defensively, and if they're able to take a shot, then yes, you would favor the boxer usually in that scenario. We saw this in this very weight class several years ago with Andre Ward and Sergey Kovalev. Andre Ward was the boxer, Sergey Kovalev was the puncher. The first fight was debatable between the two, because a lot of people actually think Sergey Kovalev should have won that fight, but Andre Ward survived the knockdown and ended up winning a narrow decision, and then actually stopped Kovalev in the rematch before retiring. In this bout, I don't think it's going to be that similar to Ward versus Kovalev, because Bivol, different style. Soviet style is a little bit different than the American counter-punching boxing style that Andre Ward has. But with Dmitry Bivol, I think he's skillful enough to sort of keep Artur Beterbiev off balance. He has a slight height advantage in this fight. I wonder if Artur Beterbiev also is going to be, hampered by injury, because Artur Beterbiev is almost 40 years old. He's going to turn 40 in January. This fight was supposed to happen in June, but because of meniscus surgery for Artur Beterbiev, who's 39 years old, this had to get pushed back several months. And Dmitry Bivol, who's 33 years old, is obviously younger, fresher, closer to his prime, whereas Artur Beterbiev, we can't say he's not in his prime even at this age, because he's still elite, very good, but maybe we'll say that after the fight, depending on how it goes. So my inclination was to take Dmitry Bivol plus money right now, plus 110, plus 100 or so, to win by decision. I think that if he does win this fight, it's going to be by decision. I think if Artur Beterbiev wins this fight, it's going to be by stoppage, and that's at plus 180, 185 right now, depending on where you look. I think that's worth a look. If you want to bet Artur Beterbiev, that's how you do it. But I think Dmitry Bivol's skill wins out, and he wins perhaps a relatively close decision, but a decision no less. That's all we have for this week. It is a stacked card. There are some other bets that I'll be logging in the Action Network app as it relates to this card, but we'll have this one and we'll have some others as well. Thank you for watching, and we'll talk again very soon.